Welcome to Tawana Talks, where I give my reflections on simple life experiences that lend themselves to life lessons.
Hey, and welcome to Tawana Talks. So I play these little puzzle games, not these little, actually I have one because I want to only focus on one. I'm all about getting the high score, or the high score for me. I don't play it against anybody else, but I like to download little puzzle games on my phone that I play in my pastime when I'm not working, sometimes before I go to bed. Just little things to keep my brain fresh. But it is invigorating to me because it's a challenge, like a different type of challenge. And I've been playing it quite some time because my score is I'm at level, not my score, it doesn't do scores, it does level, but I'm at level 1082. And so that lets you know that I do play it often. But it's a little puzzle. And the gist of it is you have to match the color dots, per se, to be able to clear a line, kind of like how Candy Crush was, or Tetris or something like that. But it gives you a challenge for that level. So for instance, a particular challenge may be crushing so many ice boxes, and those little bubbles or those little dots are located in the ice box. So you have to match up the colors to burst those things, or it may be to crush some type of little shell or something that's there, or release pearls, clear a line so that they can release. So each level presents a new challenge, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, but you can always, play that level again until you win or run out of lives. So I am not about paying money for playing these games. And so if I run out of lives, then I don't get another life until the next day. I'm not paying any money. I've racked up so many coins on the game that I could get those coins to get another life, but it costs $4.99. And I'm like, no, I'm not paying any money to play a game. I'll just wait. And so my coin piggy bank is like overflowing with coins, but that's not, and they make it so animated too, with all your coins are falling over. So it's just like enticing, like, oh, I got to get these coins. Not me. I don't pay attention to that. And so you also win other tools to help you complete the board. The challenge for me is completing the board without any help, without any tools. And so oftentimes I'll get through the board and I will complete it. The only help I get is if I lost in the amount of lives that I was given, amount of chances I was given in that board, and I feel like I could do it with a couple more chances, then I will watch a advertisement video to get a couple more chances to win, because in my mind, I'm like, there's no sense of starting this board all over from the beginning when I just need 2 more opportunities or 3 more opportunities to do it. And so there's strategy behind it as you're thinking through the board and you're looking at, if I do this line and that's going to release this color and all of those things. But again, you get these little tools, like a little bomb that will, not a bomb, but a little bursting thing that will burst a bubble so that color's gone, so you can connect colors. You'll get one that will X out a whole row and a whole column. And then there's one that will rearrange all of the colors. And so oftentimes I don't use those, but as I started playing the game and I'm like, I don't really want to use those. One is because the challenge for me is completing the board without using any of those. And 2, I'm like, what if I really need them next time? Until I started playing and I was like, if I use this little bubble bursting thingy, I could win this board and move on to the next. And the more boards that I win, or the more boards that I complete, or the more challenges I complete, then I start to gain more tools for other challenges. And then I thought, well, that's a lesson. What do you have? What do you have that you're holding on to that is could be used for you to complete this stage, challenge, lesson in life that will afford you in acquiring more tools for the next challenge? I know I get caught in the mindset of holding on to things because I might need them. And when I need them, I want to make sure that I have them. And so I hold on to them tight. But this game helped me realize that holding on doesn't afford me the opportunity of getting something else. And so if you think of the analogy, and if you're watching the video, I'm holding my fist tight. With my hands held tight, closed, nothing else can get in there. And so if I'm able to release and use what I have, then that affords me the opportunity to gain more so that I can use it for the next. And that more could be more resources, more experience, more connections, more knowledge, all of those things. And as I'm saying this, I'm having a revelation myself. It makes me think back to when I was in labor with my son. And I remember in the very beginning, I did not want to get any pain medicine. How foolish of me in that moment. and no shade to anybody that has done childbirth medicine free, no shade to you all. More power to you. But I thought that I was that tough. I thought I was that girl until labor was really like it was giving all the pain. And I was like, oh, you know what? I do want pain medicine. But having that mentality of let me hold out, because what I am experiencing now, if I use what's available to me, will there be more? And so it's that mentality of like fear that you're going to run out of the resources. And so I remember clearly asking my friend who was in the labor room with me, and I was exhibiting all the pain. I was given all the pain, minus the screaming, but I was clearly in distress, duress, all of that. And I remember saying to her, if I get something now and the pain comes back, I'm afraid that there will be no more. Am I really experiencing the amount of pain that requires pain relief? Or can I endure more and then get something? Because I don't want to get something and then there's nothing to get and the pain gets worse. And her words to me were, honey, and if you're listening to this, you know exactly who you are. It was, honey, you're in pain, get something. And just that confirmation and affirmation and empathy that was exhibited to me in that moment affirmed me for knowing that it was okay to use the resources, because there will be more available if you experience more pain. This will afford you the opportunity to gather another or more resources. And in that particular instance, I think getting the pain medicine and not holding on allowed me to experience a childbirth that had great memories. So because I wasn't in pain, I was able to, remember a lot of the things. And that's not saying that anyone has had a natural childbirth will not have great memories, but I'm just thinking about it in this context. And then just thinking about, just going through life. Like, this is not to say take all your money and put all your eggs in one basket and then now you have room to receive so much. You have to, obviously have strategy and have thought processes behind and make rational decisions. But in that strategy and in that rationale, understanding that in order to gain, sometimes you have to give to gain. And that could go in tangible context or intangible context. So I think about it in raising my children, and particularly the younger one that I'm raising now. The other two are grown-ups, but even it could go to that and building relationships. But in raising my child, in order for us to gain deeper levels of relationship, mother to daughter relationship, I have to be willing to let go. I have to be willing to give, and that let go means that I have to allow her to share, allow her to speak, allow her to explain, so that I can gain more resources and in depth into her life. And same for her. If I'm letting go and allowing, the gain is also twofold. It's a win-win situation. So another example, she had a little crush as a young girl, and the natural response for a parent is absolutely not. Mm-mm, no, absolutely not. Because you just think like, no. Um, Now, absolutely not. You're too young to have a boyfriend, but those are natural feelings to be attracted to a young gentleman, a boy, a young man, to think he's cute, or I like the way he laughs, or those type of things. I had to take myself back to my childhood, so I had to let go and not hold on, but let go so that I can be able to gain a great experience that my child is going through in her young girl years. And so when she was getting off the bus the first couple of days of school, and um, she was excited, and I was like, and my excitement too. Like, so I had to let go and be able to take myself back to experience of being a young girl and share that moment with her, because it is a moment, and I would much rather her share it with me than just sharing with her friends. Now, of course, she's going to share it with her friends. She's young, but I want to be able to be part of that experience of, bliss and happiness. So I just want to leave you with this. This is a very short talk, but I thought that would be, it was for me an eye opener and a lesson when I started to use my game resources, and knowing that using those resources afforded me to move to the next level. And every time I moved to the next level, I gained more resources. But if I held on to them and continued to try to experience that level and challenge that level, it caused me to lose lives, go back. So I had to do it again and do it again. Oh, that's a lesson too. Doing again, sometimes not using your resources will require you to revisit the situation, revisit the scenario again and again until you find out a new way each time, or use your resources and build strategy behind completing that task.